knows nothing can understand nothing. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
Hello and welcome everybody to the first ever Ansem Report podcast. This is a new weekly podcast we're doing here on our YouTube channel, possibly on other formats like iTunes and SoundCloud.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Who knows?
We're doing
we
it
haven't
big.
decided yet, but right now it's on YouTube. I'm joined by my brother Jason, also known as JK, and our very special guest as always, the Master of Masters, Addison. Hello, Addison.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
You're calling in from a hotel room tonight, right?
Yeah, I'm traveling for work, and I'm in a hotel in San Antonio, Texas, where everything is bigger.
Oh.
Yes, everything's bigger there, including the Keyblades.
Oh.
That's the hard work you'd expect from the Master of Masters right there. Always dedicated. Doesn't matter where he is. He's calling into the podcast.
He's scheming something.
Yes. Yes, scheming something. So basically what this podcast is going to be, just because kind of an intro for everybody, is we're every week, it's going to come out every Friday, and we're going to be talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Leading up to the game itself, which is in only a couple weeks, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then continuing on, we're going to talk about, we're going to review Kingdom Hearts 3 on the podcast. We're going to do a nice big spoiler cast once we've made our way through the game.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. And then beyond, we hope to just carry this podcast on beyond, because I don't think Kingdom Hearts is going anywhere.
Right.
I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, me neither. I hope that this game. I think this game's going to be a big hit regardless of what happens. But we might talk a little bit more about our expectations for Kingdom Hearts later. First of all, our first topic on the docket here for Ansem's report. The first paragraph on Ansem Report 1.
Page 1.
Page 1. I got to go to Orlando, Florida this past week. I just got back a couple days ago, and I got to play Kingdom Hearts 3 at Disney Springs.
Ooh.
You guys can touch me if you want.
Wow.
Go ahead. Grab my arm, Jason.
I'm good.
Okay. He declined touching me for the record. But I got to play the demo that was at E3 is what this demo was. So there's the Mount Olympus demo where you fight the Rock Titan that we've known about for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was the Toy Box demo, but it wasn't the same Toy Box demo that they let people play
At TGS?
No, not at TGS, at the showcase event where they invited all those YouTubers. So for some reason, not us. I'm still a little salty about that, Square Enix.
There's next time.
Yeah, when Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out, we're going to be first in line. I guarantee that. But we, so you got to play for 15 minutes, and you could choose either demo. I got in line twice.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're that dedicated.
So you can do both.
Yeah. So I could do both because I'm a dedicated man to Kingdom Hearts. And I'd like to thank Tara for putting up with that, actually, because it was an hour wait for both times.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
But no, it was actually really cool the way they did it.
She's the real MVP.
And
She's the real MVP.
That event had already been open for over a week or two, right? And it was still that long of a wait?
Yes. Well, here's the thing. What most people don't understand when they hear Disney Springs is it used to be called Downtown Disney, okay? And it's one of the largest outlet malls in the world. And it's consistently just packed with people because it does not get cold in Florida. Like our outlet malls here are dead right now because it's January and it's freaking 20 degrees outside.
Right.
So this place is constantly packed. And so there's just people that just wander in. And the way they had it set up, I'll kind of explain how they set up. And I'm actually going to have some footage. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, there's going to be some footage I have that I took of the event and me playing a little bit. But they just had this small store that they set up, and they had the walls. It was really cool. All the walls had different art on it. Like the main wall had the cover art on it. And then they had it's Olympus, Mount Olympus, and it showed all the Hercules characters, and it showed Phil looking thick as fuck.
And Meg?
And Meg looked good too, but
baby.
I love Phil. And then it had all the different worlds that have been revealed in Kingdom Hearts. So Corona and or wait, is that how you say it? Corona?
Corona
Sounds right to me. Addison,
Corona.
How do I say that?
Corona with some lime.
I don't know, to be honest.
Corona with some lime. And then Winnie the Pooh, 100 Acre Wood, Andy's Toy Box. You know, it had all these big murals of that. And what was really cool actually is they had these life-size replicas of Keyblades. So they had the Toy Story Keyblade with the cowboy hat on top of the cactus.
Like the size of what if you
If I were Sora,
that's how big it was.
that's how big it was.
Wow.
And they had that one. They had the Monster. No, not the Monsters Inc. They had the Star Seeker, and then they had the Kingdom Key, and then they had all these cool play arts. You know, the play
Star
arts figures?
Seeker. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
You can't have Oblivion or Oathkeeper.
This Toy Story one, those haven't been confirmed for this game yet, other than Roxas.
Yeah, Roxas held
But these were
them.
Sora's Keyblades.
Yeah, but it can't be in. They can't not be in the game. It's been in 1 and 2.
We'll see.
Maybe it's like a DLC.
There you go. Addison's got the right idea.
I swear to God. I swear to God, if it's DLC, I'm gonna scream.
That's why he's the master of masters. He knows all.
He said, "Put it in a DLC. They'll pay for it."
But they had these cool play arts figures, like really detailed figures of Sora, of Roxas.
You could see like the pores on their skin.
Yeah, they were really cool.
God. Wow.
And then they had kiosks where you could pre-order the game.
Oh, nice.
But the way they did it is you would go up to a guy at the front and he'd explain to you what the deal was, and he'd say, it's about an hour wait, can I have your phone number? And you'd say, sure, here's my phone number. And they said, okay, when you get a text, come back. So because it's Disney Springs, Tara and I just went around, we ate dinner, we went shopping. So it wasn't like we were standing in a line for 2 hours.
You guys were just hanging out for 2 hours.
There's a lot to do there. It's really cool. Yeah. I saw this cool Lego sea serpent that looked like he was about to ejaculate in his face he was making was like.
Yeah, I saw was it a Instagram post?
It was a tweet. Yeah.
It looked like green Mushu to me.
We went to Goofy's candy shop and got some candy.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was pretty yucking good in there. Anyway,
right.
So Kingdom Hearts 3. I first played the Olympus demo.
Right.
And wasn't my favorite demo of the two.
Okay.
Because
it was too damn floaty.
No.
Sorry, not trying to trigger you.
No, I'm not triggered by that. Because one, how many times have we fought the damn Rock Titan now?
That's true.
And it's still smack him in the feet till you smack him in the face. So there was more than just the Rock Titan. Like there was some lead up. You could fight some Heartless before, and I definitely tested some abilities. I got to use the Donald's Flare Force, which was cool.
Ooh.
The Goof, I don't remember what it's called, but the one where you launch Goofy.
Okay.
You go up in the air with him, then you throw him down,
Is it,
and he goes, ah!
It's not Bombard, right?
I don't think so. I don't remember what the name of that one was. And then the transformation I had, because I just had the Kingdom Key in that one, was Second Form.
Okay.
And Second Form had 2 different finishers on it. Sonic Rave.
Is it like similar to how in like 0.2 you get the what's it called?
You get the 3 little marks.
Yeah.
And then on the 4th one it says, "Hey, do Second Form."
Oh, okay.
Right? So and then you do Second Form until your bar runs out, and then you can do one of 2 finishers depending on how much damage you do.
Okay.
So that was cool. I ran into a glitch though, because that battle's supposed to end. You beat up the feet, you climb up top, you beat up his head enough, and then it gives you the big magic mountain summon.
Just put him in the dirt.
What do they call them?
The rides, the
attraction flow. So I was sitting there smashing triangle because it was telling me, hey, use the attraction flow, and it did not work.
So what happened?
So eventually I jumped down off of his shoulder, beat up his feet again, jumped back up, and then it worked. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is
glitchy
a demo.
Game.
I'm not mad about it.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is
but I only
trash.
had 15 minutes to play each time, so I was a little salty.
Yeah.
Because once you finish that one, you could move on to the next one, or you could have.
You didn't have
started.
time.
I did get into Toy Box a little bit the first time, but I didn't get enough, and that's why I said, Tara, we're gonna sign up again, and I'm gonna do it.
Right.
So you were able to get through the Olympus demo like in like 10 minutes then basically?
Oh, less. I could have done it.
Wow.
I could have done it in 5.
That was pretty short.
Yeah. Actually, I beat both demos the second time I played.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the second time I started with Toy Box, and they warned you, hey, there is a 7-minute cutscene in this Toy Box demo. That's gonna eat up half your time unless you skip it. So I skipped it.
Plus, you want it to
It's
be
probably
like fresh.
good. Yeah, you want to save it for the real deal.
Right. I've seen the opening cutscene to that enough times, with like, who are you? Oh, we're Sword Down and Goofy.
What
blah,
if you-
blah, blah.
What if you missed the epic Woody saving Ham?
I did not. That wasn't there yet. There was another one that was similar where he grabbed. I want to say he jumps and grabs Donald out of the way,
Oh, okay.
but I don't remember exactly.
It wasn't nearly as epic.
No, it wasn't him. Look out! Sword Down and Goofy stop the robot, and then 2 seconds later, Woody jumps in and saves Ham. It wasn't that. My favorite. If that cutscene's taken out of the game, I'm gonna be so angry.
Right. That's the best
That's my
cutscene.
favorite cutscene.
Oh, all
of all
trailers.
Time. Anyway, so Toy Box was very cool because you in the Olympus demo you only had the Kingdom Key, right?
Right.
This one you had the
Mirage.
staff. You had the Toy Story, whatever they call it, and then you had the Monsters Inc.
Oh boy, you
So
got
you
the
could-
yo-yos.
You got so I played with the yo-yos and the
claw?
hammer, or the claw. I mean, I played with the hammer, and then my favorite was the Mirage staff. The Mirage staff is OP.
That's how it seems.
That's the tangled one.
Yes.
Okay.
I think the yo-yo one's good too.
Well, the Mirage staff has 2 different finishers. It has the one where you make like 10 Soras in different spots.
Yeah.
And then when you hit the button, they all just shoot.
Uh-huh.
And then it has the one that brings the giant tower out of the ground and it rains down.
Oh, that's just a finisher?
That's a finisher. for that thing.
Jesus.
Or not a finisher. I'm sorry. It's the main
Like you have to get the 3 stars.
right,
or
and then you hit
whatever?
triangle. It's not like a
Okay.
finisher.
Okay, so
I guess we're confusing.
it's like a command.
Right. Yes.
Both of those are commands, or is the
Both of those are
multiple
commands. The finishers are like
Is it the beam?
the beam, yeah, that he has going on both
Okay.
sides of him. That's one of the finishers.
Like,
I don't.
they show that in the 1,000 Heartless.
Right.
fight or whatever.
So my favorite was the Mirage staff, although I did like both the other Keyblades, and I liked being able to switch between them on the fly by hitting those side buttons.
Could you switch in between them? Like
In combo.
Mid combo.
Mid combo, you can switch,
Oh.
and then
Wow.
you can switch back, and you'll say you had
There's no animation. It just changes.
it just changes in your hand.
Okay, that's cool.
Say you had built up the transformation for the Mirage staff,
Yeah, like the tower.
and then you switch to the Toy Story Keyblade, hit a few times the Toy Story Keyblade, and then switch back, you would still have that triangle option to transform the Mirage staff. It doesn't go away.
Well, wait, like you can press triangle while the Toy
no,
Story
you
one
switch
is out.
back.
Okay.
You switch back, but it stores it. You don't lose it right away.
It
I don't think indefinitely, but for a good period of time.
okay, and then is it like in 0.2 where you have like 30 seconds to use it?
Yeah, there is a meter.
Okay.
There is a
Okay.
meter, and I think the meter is affected by how much damage you do, like similar to
Right.
Everything.
Right.
What I really liked though, and I didn't expect to like as much, are the attraction flows.
Huh.
Which ones did you get to experience?
Well, besides the big Thunder Mountain, I got the ship and the rafting ride,
Ooh. Okay.
which I hadn't seen a lot of.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, that one looks like the most OP.
Right, because the first time I used that one, I didn't realize the path you were making. You're gonna go back that way, and that's where you do damage. So I had this gigantic path I'd made all along
Just
like the
one
Toy
line?
Story store, just one line, and then I was like, oh my god, I didn't hit anything. But then the next time I just kept circling around the fucking Heartless until the meter was up, and then I hit triangle to finish it, and you just go back. I really enjoyed that. I actually really enjoyed the pirate ship. I know people have been kind of crapping on the pirate ship
Because it looks whack.
because it's
It
stationary.
looks like the hitbox isn't good.
Well, but it's all based on your timing. It's kind of like Donkey Kong's old Final Smash when you hit the bongos.
okay.
If you time it well enough, you hit O and X back and forth to swing the ship,
Okay.
and if you do it right, it does tons of damage.
It's kind of like in Pokemon Stadium when you play the Hypno mini game.
Yeah, so kind of. There's not a thing you line up with. You just have to know like the rhythm of it.
Okay.
And then I got to do the shooter one as well.
Oh.
pew, 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 pew.
Okay. The VR one.
The VR looking one, yeah, and that was cool too. So they were all really cool. They felt good. I liked Wreck-It Ralph. I got to use Wreck-It Ralph. I did not like Ariel so much. I felt it was kind of hit or miss. It didn't seem powerful to
I
me.
guess they never miss.
Yeah, so I got to try. I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking, which makes sense because I'm the one that experienced it. But it was really cool. The combat didn't feel weak or anything. It felt I felt powerful.
Okay.
And I don't, we don't know how it's going to be adjusted for the real game. This was a demo.
Do you know, were you able to was there a pause menu or no?
You hit pause and it just showed the
continue, and
continue, restart, quit, or skip cutscene or whatever. Yeah, so they
okay.
didn't have any pause menu.
So
but
no abilities.
They were gaining levels.
Huh.
Donald and Goofy and Sora and Buzz and Woody.
Do you know what level you were or no?
You start at level 1.
Oh, you started at level 1?
You were level 1.
Oh, okay.
And
that's like an adjusted level 1.
Right. It was adjusted level 1. But yeah, the team up moves too. So I didn't like the summons as much, or the links, whatever they're called. But the team up moves and the traction flow were awesome because Woody and Buzz on the rocket, that was sweet.
Oh, sick.
It's OP too. You
did you at all feel overwhelmed having the amount of abilities you had with the limited gameplay that you had to use them?
I'm gonna say no because I was so excited to test everything out.
Yeah.
I do feel like once we get into playing the actual game, if you don't want to use those, it might be a little but I also think when we play the actual game, they're not going to pop as often.
Yeah.
I think they wanted you to experience them and be shown off, But no, I didn't feel overwhelmed because I went in my head. I went in a mission I'm going to try to see every combat option I can.
Yeah, that
in
makes
this
sense.
Demo.
Okay, now you might have not seen it or noticed it because you were using all the combos and links and all that. But outside of using them, do you feel like the party members were helpful? Do you feel like they were actually doing stuff, or kind of just running around?
Now that you mention that, I don't have a single memory of a party member helping me other than the link.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. There weren't very many times when I was in trouble either. It wasn't
right. No.
It wasn't like I was fighting Lingering Will.
It's
And I was like,
definitely
Donald, please heal me.
Yeah, yeah.
They were moving around though. They were active. I just didn't. You're right. I didn't feel like they were, but I've never felt like they're super helpful. Except Peter Pan coming in and going yeah with his dagger.
Or something like that. Yeah.
That's the only time I can think of them being super helpful.
Or Donald just spamming thunder because that's the only ability I have on him
with his goofy tornado.
Right.
Other than that though, that's so. But again, it was a small chunk of time too, so I don't know. I really didn't use the robot. The mechs.
Oh, the Giga or whatever?
Because I was like, I get this. This is fine. I'd rather just test out the combat.
Right.
And so I was, there were a couple points I got my ass handed me a little bit because
you were supposed to be
I was supposed to be in the robot, but I was like, no, I'm fucking doing this with the Mirage staff. I don't care. But yeah. How
did second form feel?
It felt good.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't know. Have they really revealed about abilities, equipable abilities?
No, that's one thing I've been wondering about.
Because I didn't like the main combo of the Kingdom Key.
Just regular?
Yeah, it ends with this upward thrust.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's almost like a dragon uppercut he does, but it doesn't.
He kind of just puts his Keyblade into the air.
Right. It doesn't have a big hitbox. It doesn't. It seems like a weak finisher.
It can whiff easily too.
Yeah. That's the only.
Yeah.
The only battling.
Quick sidebar. I think we have pretty good evidence or confirmation that all of the pre-order bonus Keyblades are just skins of the Kingdom Key. They announced or they showed some footage of the one that you get for pre-ordering on Amazon.
I saw this earlier.
Yeah, did you?
And based on the combos, it was probably Kingdom Key?
It's literally the Kingdom Key.
And you get second form.
Why the hell would you want to change the Kingdom Key?
Well,
it's classic.
There is one difference that I noticed. The particle effects when you hit something are different.
The animation is a little bit different, but everything else seems to be the same.
But that leads me to believe that you can adjust the main combo.
Yeah, no, yeah, okay, because in Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1, you got different abilities that changed your finisher. If you wanted to have the gravity one, where it's sucks them all in and then shoots them back out, that was good when you're fighting Heartless, but not really good in a lot of the boss battles, so you can take that off. Hopefully that's one that's you can change.
Well, and we'll see, I guess. I mean, even with Birth by Sleep and DDD, you had combat options where you could change what you're doing, even though it was the system of do this and then you transform to this and then you do transform to this. You could pick what transformation.
Oh yeah. No, I liked that in Birth
I
by
don't
Sleep.
know if it's just going to be tied to the Keyblade that you're using, because you are leveling up Keyblades in this game. They have confirmed that.
Oh, Keyblades have their own level?
Right, so because they want Kingdom Key at the end of the game to still be a viable option for you.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's cool, but is it going to take away that customization that people are accustomed to? I don't know. They haven't talked about it, which is a little scary, but we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, that was my experience at the Kingdom Hearts event.
One last thing: was there any sweet merch for you to drop a fat stack of cash on? Or what?
No, that's what I was really disappointed about, actually, because
I
was hoping they would have a shop of some kind. All they really were able to let you do is pre-order Kingdom Hearts 3. If you did pre-order Kingdom Hearts 3 there, they would give you a sticker set.
That's so strange. I would have.
Yeah, you think they would make hella money off of that stuff?
Yeah, I thought for sure there would be more there. They showed off, like they had the deluxe edition showing off, and so I know what I'm getting with my deluxe edition now.
Oh, sick.
Which is cool. But like, yeah, I thought for sure they would have shirts. And Disney in general, this is kind of a side topic, they do an absolutely horrible job of merchandising Kingdom Hearts in the Disney parks.
Yeah.
There's
Nothing.
very little. Well,
Yeah.
Tara worked at Disney for 6 months, right? And when I came to visit the first time, she was just adamant about the fact that there's nothing Kingdom Hearts here. The only thing Kingdom Hearts here is that Mickey Mouse in a cloak pin that I bought you a couple years ago. That's it, Mike. There's nothing here. And then we were in Epcot, and we went to all the different shops around the world. And in the Japan shop, they actually had some Kingdom Hearts merch. They had like a backpack.
Like the Pops and stuff, too?
The what?
Didn't they used to have like the Kingdom Hearts Pops, too?
The Funko Pops?
Yeah.
No.
No? They didn't have those there?
They don't carry those.
They don't even have those?
Well, they have them made, but they don't have them in Disney.
That's wild.
Yeah. They had like a hoodie, a T-shirt, and a backpack, and that was it. And that was more because that's Japanese culture, not because it's Disney. 'Cause that's what those stores are. It's like, oh, there's a bunch of cool anime stuff, and there's a Legend of Zelda thing, and there's a because it's supposed to be like Japanese culture, right? So I'm just that makes so much.
They could be cashing in.
It doesn't make any sense to me because there are people like me and you and Addison that want to buy these things.
Yeah, I would have for sure.
Maybe they got something in the
picked up
works.
something while we were there recently, if there was anything.
Well, that's the thing. If they were gonna do it, why weren't they doing it now?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? The series is back and as popular as it's ever been. And
now I gotta freaking still go to Hot Topic to get my freaking
exactly.
Kingdom
Like they
Hearts
do a
shirt.
good job merchandising it outside of Disney, but in the actual parks, it just makes zero sense.
Right.
I know I've heard that on certain special occasions they've had Donald, Goofy, and Mickey come out in their Kingdom Hearts gear. Like, I think Halloween a couple years ago they did the Halloween Town versions of Donald and Goofy. But it's so rare. And Disney does do that with the costumed like people. They will like purposely make it rare. Like, oh, it happened one time,
right.
you know. But I don't know, man. I just think that's so weird that they do such a bad job of that.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, do you guys have any other questions about you want to ask the man who's played Kingdom Hearts 3? Anything else?
Were there any like Heartless when you were playing? They were just like, oh my god, fucking die, like
That I hated?
yeah.
No, I never felt like I got a cheap shot.
No,
And where 0.2,
there's how
I'm constantly getting cheap shot by those damn ball Heartless.
Yeah.
No, I
Those
never
were the
felt
worst. I hated
Yeah,
those
dude,
things so much.
we recently streamed that on the channel again, and
Yeah.
I played, and I was just like, this is ass.
You played on Critical, right?
Yeah, I play on Critical, which I'm not.
Yeah, that adds to the misery, but still.
Right. Yeah, and I'm not. I'm not playing Kingdom Hearts every day or anything to get super good at it or anything. So I think I did pretty good for Critical.
Yeah, you did good.
But yeah, there was not a Heartless like that where I was like, God, these guys are ass. I mean, the robots wrecked me a little bit, but I think that's just because they want you to be in the robot.
yeah.
Like, and I was just like, no, fuck you, I'm gonna be the Mirage staff. But yeah,
So there weren't any that were like fucking you up?
no, not really. Not really. It was the typical, like in the toy. It's the ones you've seen, like the the Heartless with the helmets on,
Yeah,
and like
the soldiers,
and then the big boys, and
shadows,
a couple Nocturnes and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. So we'll see what that's like. We only got a couple weeks till that game comes out, and then you guys can join me in the people
The
that have
elite
played
club.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, the elite club. Actually, it's crazy how many they had. 20 stations set up. They
And it
had
was still that long of a wait. Wow.
right. They had 10 PS4s and 10 Xbox One X's.
What did you play?
I played one on each.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Did
didn't
it
plan
feel
that.
any
That's just how
different?
it worked. Yeah. No, it felt the same. Xbox looked a little better.
Oh, okay. Good thing a certain someone got you an Xbox One X.
Yeah, whoever that guy was, he was cool. And so what they would do is they would get 20 people signed up. Then 15 minutes before they were supposed to play, they would call them over, line them up in some stanchions, and then they had another set of stanchions. So they would have two different groups lined up. One would go, then the next one would go, and they just had this constant rotation. So when someone was done, they'd go restart the demos for all of them, wipe the headphones down and the controllers down,
Right.
and then you'd play. It was a really quick process. I was actually pretty impressed. If they didn't do it that way, it probably would have been hours and hours of waiting. But
Right.
Man, that's one thing I noticed, and I guess different subjects a little bit, but Disney and Universal. I know you didn't go to Universal, I don't think, while you were there, Spike, but
no, I didn't.
those two parks have like the queues and the lines down to a freaking science at this point. It's so insane how good they are about that stuff.
It is pretty amazing.
I don't know. Mike said he had a few things to say, being the parkitect savant that he is.
Yeah, I told him that the last time I went, I was like, oh, if this were Parkitect, which is this roller coaster tycoon clone I've been playing, I was like, I would do the queue line like this and not like that.
Can we bring it back to Keyblades a second?
Oh, you want to talk more about Keyblades?
Yeah. If there's a Keyblade that you could bring back from any of the Kingdom Hearts games, what would it be? And once you answer that, I want at least one transformation for that Keyblade.
Ooh. Okay. Do you have an answer to this question?
It's a pretty heavy question. I would want the one that I would want is gonna be the Lionheart one because I love Leon so
Leon's.
much.
Okay, yeah.
And then the limit is just it becomes like the giant like Leon like laser sword.
Yeah,
that would be fucking dope.
Okay, I'm into that. I'm into
I don't
that,
know if
dude.
and it would like shoot when you would slash.
Whatever. Not going to compare to that.
Yeah, that was a good one. Holy shit! I was like decisive pumpkin, but then it turns into a pumpkin. Like I don't know. Well, I got to think about this. That was good. You bastard.
I also was kind of having the idea of like maybe like an Axel one, like the Bond of Flame, bring Bond of Flame back, and then the transformation is you have like chakras or whatever the hell they're called.
Great. That's a great idea.
That would be cool.
Stop coming up with good ideas, dude. What the frick? Let me and Addison have a moment.
Yeah, dude, I'm still thinking about the Rumble Rose and what I could possibly do with that. I have no idea.
Oh yeah, the other one I was thinking is ultimate weapon, and then you get like the fucking like armor, like Aqua Venantera.
Oh, like the
fucking flying armor and shit. That would be badass.
You know there's gonna be an ultimate weapon in the game, so
right, of course.
What are they gonna do with it?
Yeah. I hope that it's like a synthesis thing still.
Yeah, who knows?
I hope they don't just hand it out. Like, oh, go do this and then you get the ultimate weapon. I feel like that would be kind of whack.
Well,
because that was always cool.
We've seen all those fruit mini games that are obviously tied to the Ratatouille Keyblade. So I'm assuming that's how you get that Keyblade. But yeah, I don't know how you get the ultimate weapon. They haven't really shown things that drop.
Yeah, but
in that same way, like synthesis items. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I think I would want what's the name of the Roxas Keyblade or the Ventus Keyblade?
2 become 1.
2 become 1.
Yeah.
And when you activate it, like a shadow version of Ventus comes out, and it's just like double slicing everything.
Okay.
That's what I would want. I think that would be dope.
That would be dope. when you said that, I also thought maybe there's like a side thing that it has, or like maybe it'll change like your magic layout, like when you press the hot bar or whatever, and then you can shoot like those like Zemnis shoots them, and the fucking not the dark side, but what is it called when it's a nobody? Like the giant thing.
Oh, the
where it shoots
Twilight
it and
Thorn.
Yeah, and you have to reverse the.
Oh, like the thingies.
Yeah, the
black
little
and white
the little
thingies?
tendrils.
Yeah,
that would be dope.
That would be cool too. Yeah. Addison, do you have any fun Keyblade ideas?
Nah, man. Everything I'm coming with is lame. I don't even want to talk about it.
That's all right, Addison. It's
Yeah.
okay. You know, Jason obviously thought about this a lot. and
Yeah,
then
I
sprung
feel
it
like
on
he's
us.
been thinking about this all day.
Some of them are off the top of my head,
Yeah,
but I
sure.
did think about the cloud or the not the cloud one, the fucking Leon one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good call. All right, so what we're going to do, guys, we're going to take a short break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about floatiness in Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts and what it means.
Oh my god!
for
Wait.
you.
One thing. If you had the fucking Axel ones and you switch it and it does the burning ground like when you fight him, don't tell me that would not be badass. Like the world's like on fire.
All the Keyblades you're making are super overpowered.
No. It's just an effect. It doesn't have to do anything.
Well, then it's not cool if it's not going to hurt
Yes,
the
it
guy
is
that's
fucking.
standing on it.
It is fucking cool.
All right. All right,
When
we'll
you-
be right
you-
back, guys. Jesus.
That shit would be dope. Like in Final Fantasy 15, when you call down fucking Rama or whatever the fuck his name is, and they're just like fucking like, just like burnt like ash
Burnt
everywhere.
ground, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's dope.
Yeah, you're right. That would be cool. All right, we'll be right back, folks.
In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here for the Ansem Report podcast. Thank you for sticking with us.
Chapter 2.
No, it's still part 1, dude.
Part
It's
1, Chapter 2.
There was a space, and we're on a second paragraph
Okay.
now, and we're like, ooh, the dark,
was like little
darkness
ellipses.
is the heart of all worlds.
Go back to
Okay.
fucking English class, Jason.
I'm
Jeez.
sorry.
God. Ugh. I tell you what, I got to deal with this kid every day. We're going to talk about floatiness in Kingdom Hearts. Specifically, there was a video posted recently by Bloody Biscuits, a pretty renowned Kingdom Hearts speedrunner and speedrunner of other things, who we're pretty big fans of.
Probably my most viewed KH content creator.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's Gamer's Joy is not your number one content creator? You
Yeah. No,
just kidding. Anyway,
No.
he recently made this video about the consequences of floatiness in action games.
Right.
I think that's the title of the video. If that's not the title, I apologize. It's a pretty interesting video. He compares, action games like Kingdom Hearts to
Fighting games.
which
like Street Fighter or
I
Smash
don't
Bros.
think is the best comparison in the world, but I understand what he's trying to say. The problem with this video is nothing that's Bloody Biscuits' fault. It's that how it seems like this video has kind of stirred up this whirlwind of controversy.
It's called The Consequences of Floaty Combat in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, cool. Thank you. It's kind of stirred up this controversy, especially on Twitter, where people are turning to Kingdom Hearts is going to be the worst game ever because it's not like Kingdom Hearts 2, or it's the combat sucks, or whatever it might be. Bloody Biscuits himself is not saying that, and I don't want to.
No, he's
And,
not
and,
saying
and
that.
most people aren't saying that, but there's quite a bit of negativity in the Twitterverse on this. I, being someone that just played Kingdom Hearts 3 myself, I did not feel like it was floaty to the point where it's a problem. However, I don't think I'm the target audience for someone that would be worried about that.
Right, yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jason, you're more the target audience that
Yeah.
would be worried about that. So what do you think about this topic?
I think it needs to be talked about for people who want to for people who care about it. You know what I mean? Like if you want to be able to control your character how you to your fullest ability, and because you have basically the video was, for example, the finisher that you were talking about earlier in the podcast, and it's the second form where he goes up into the air.
No, that wasn't the second form. That's just his finisher.
That's just regular
on
Kingdom.
Kingdom
Oh,
finisher.
okay. So just the finisher is real. He goes up into the air. It doesn't feel strong. And when I watched it, and I've seen multiple YouTubers say, hey, like this causes some concern because there's a lot of lag on it. So I don't want to do a finisher because then there's like 20 frames or whatever. If you want to get super specific, I have a long time where I can't do anything, and I want to be able to. And a lot of games, like fighting games or games that like action RPGs that have like different tech or whatever that you can do to spice up your game, to try and get better, to optimize. Because there's people who they'll play the game, they like the story, they like the combat, and then they might play it again later, but they're not going to keep playing it. Whereas there's other people like myself who have played the games over and over on the different difficulties, try to do different challenges, like level 1 runs, stuff like that. And he's basically saying that if I think that it's a good thing to talk about, not for Kingdom Hearts 3 in particular. I think it's a good thing to talk about for Kingdom Hearts 4, right? Because there's nothing they can do about it right now, right? Kingdom Hearts 3, it's done, it's packaged. How it is how it's going to be, right? Now, if there's any game-breaking bugs, they'll be able to patch that. But I think it's good to talk about because for it to be the fullest experience for everyone, I think that it being extremely floaty, like in 0.2, on those harder difficulties, it kind of feels like you're not able to play in like any kind of way that you want. Right, yeah, you're at a disadvantage for kind of just doing what you want to do, right? And not to say that there isn't, okay, like there's certain enemies where, hey, you shouldn't jump against this enemy because you're gonna, there's just different gameplay aspects of it. It's like a fundamental thing, and that's what he talks about is like, hey, if you jump in a video game or a fighting game, there's a risk inherent in that, and that if you jump, there's a greater reward to it, right? Whereas in the more recent games like 0.2, you're not really getting anything from jumping. You're just putting yourself at a more of a disadvantage because there's not anything you can do out of jumping besides just attacking, jumping again, or doing an air slide, which has crazy lag, and it feels awful. Like playing 0.2 or BBS where you have that air dash, it feels so, like, after you do it, it feels like you should be able to put another action in or something. Or
you're just stuck, right?
Yeah, or like gravity is just
that
not
is
there.
In Kingdom Hearts 3, correct? I feel like we've all
I
seen
did air
footage.
dash. I felt like it was fine.
How did it feel the same as 0.2?
I don't know. I think in general, Aqua felt more floaty because they wanted Aqua to feel more floaty.
Because that'd be like her style.
Aqua kind of, she doesn't prance necessarily, but she definitely has
a flow
to the way she does things. Where Sora is a little more visceral. He's a little more get in your face in a kind of way. He's flashy still, but he's not. She's more like a ballerina.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I think they designed her to be that way.
Right.
His air dash didn't feel awful to me. But again, like I said, I don't know that I'm the person to comment on that.
Right.
In my opinion, I think it feels great. I'm not going to be doing level 1 critical runs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll, in my old age, I'll get some better hand-eye coordination.
I'll get you to train and we'll do a Rocky montage.
Yeah, and I'll be
a Creed 2 montage.
I'll be throwing Keyblades and all kinds of stuff.
No, but I think it's good to talk about for game creators in general, just to know, like, hey, we gamers like it when we can control our character to our fullest potential. You know what I mean? Like, the Flash is cool and everything, but like being able to control your character how you want to is why certain games have those more hardcore fans and some don't.
Right. Addison, what do you think? Do you have thoughts on this?
I feel like I think Jason makes some good points, and I thought some of the points that were brought up in the video that we're referencing, were interesting to think about. But I think I fall more with you, Spike, as far as like how it affects me. Personally, I don't think I'm really going to care about it too much.
Right.
The first time I played 0.2, I don't think I really thought about it, and I know that this game isn't going to be nearly as floaty as that game was. So, you know, and in hindsight, yeah, it was definitely maybe a little bit of an issue, and maybe a more tight control would be more enjoyable for some of like the more difficult fights that we're gonna encounter in this game. But in the end, you know,
Right.
I don't know how dedicated to playing critical mode I'm gonna be.
Right.
You know, as long as I can get through, you know, the game without, you know, feeling major frustrations due to so-called floatiness, I'll be fine.
I think we're far from that too.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
My
I think
bigger
it's good
issue
to talk about.
My bigger issue with point 2 was the enemy design, not the floatiness of the combat. You know what I mean? Because
Well, there's a lot of times where you were hit because you were doing a finisher.
well, and I understand that. But if that's how they want the action to be, then they have to change something else in order to make it
Right, they got to make it easy
so,
mode.
well, not easy mode, but like those black balls shouldn't be able to fly out of fucking nowhere and just hit me. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't maybe changing how the character controls is the way to combat that, and not change how those. But those black balls are shit, dude. I hate those things. If I never see one of those ever again, I'll be the happiest man in my life. They're terrible. And then they're like, oh, well, you can't use all the magic on it. You can only use the ice on them. Or you know what I mean? It's just like, you guys suck. Like, even in, like, Final Fantasy games, we were just playing Final Fantasy VII, Let's Playing it. And I hate those bomb enemies.
Right.
It's like, oh, you got to beat them before they explode. It's like, that's so stupid. Stop putting those in my game.
Right.
Yeah, those have like been the worst enemy since like the 90s.
Right. They're terrible. Ugh. Okay, so my next question on this, because I think we all kind of agree that his criticism is fair.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly criticism on an older set of games as opposed to the newer one. And he kind of says, we'll wait and see what happens with this one, even though it looks like it's the same. Is it too early for criticism for Kingdom Hearts 3, being it's a game that's not even out yet?
I don't.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't see it as much of a criticism.
Well, no, I'm not saying him.
Oh, the other people.
I'm saying other people that have kind of dogpiled on this.
Oh yeah,
and turned
definitely.
It into,
It's not out.
right. And so, one of the things that I didn't mention already that's kind of fed into this a little bit is, you know, we had that leak where that guy. We didn't talk about it much on the last time we recorded something talking about this, but this guy, he got 30 copies of Kingdom Hearts for the Xbox, stole them, started selling them on Facebook
For like $100.
for like $100. So at best, this guy was making $3,000 for a felony.
Right.
And he would only sell them in person. You know, he wouldn't mail them to you for obvious reasons. And then he disappeared as soon as people found out about it. But there's these brothers that have been on, I don't know, it wasn't on Reddit because Reddit's not allowed spoilers. I don't know where they were. But they were, this one kid was saying, hey, I'm playing the game. I'm going to tell you guys about it if you want to know about it. And the one brother played the whole game. And at first he said it was his game of the year. And then something happened in the game that made him say it's a 7 out of 10. Then his brother, who didn't play the game and only witnessed him play it, said it's not a good game.
He said it's like a 6 at best.
Right. So there's
Really?
people taking that feedback and going, this game is going to be awful. Oh, my God, we've waited for 13 years, and it's going to be bad.
Well, I mean, I think for one, you can't just assume that what they think is what you're going to think.
Right.
But
Well,
I
like-
will say that that's a more credible source to offer criticism than somebody who hasn't played the game.
Right. But at the same time, you don't know if these guys are just trolling
That's what
people.
I'm saying, yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real they have the game.
Yeah.
I don't think they're lying about that. But
But also, like, what is their, like, do they review games? Like,
Right, yeah.
they could be like, oh, the best Kingdom Hearts is Recoded or some stupid, you know what I mean?
There's people out there that think that. You better
They're
don't
stupid.
kink shame people.
They're stupid and wrong.
Don't kink shame people if
Yeah, that-
Recoded is their kink.
If Recoded
man.
is your favorite, then that is considered a kink and not a normal thing.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so that's kind of fed into this too, and it's kind of made the internet a very, which the internet's pretty much always a toxic place, but it's made Twitter a toxic place in regards to Kingdom Hearts. Where
It's
there's people-
hostile.
and then you got to worry about spoilers popping up. The achievements and the trophies were spoiled earlier today, from what I saw. So I think we all agree, and I think it was kind of a dumb question to me to ask that it's too early for criticism for Kingdom Hearts 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think it still needs to be said though.
Right. And so I think if you're sitting here listening to this podcast and you're freaking out about Kingdom Hearts spoilers or is Kingdom Hearts going to be good?
I think you're gonna love it.
I think you're going to love it regardless because I think there was a lot of care put into it. It might not be the exact game you want.
I mean, even just with the trailers,
Yeah.
there was so much, like, you could tell there was so much love put into these trailers, and that they know that their story is crazy and wild, and people love it, and they're gonna go. They're going in deep with it. You know what I mean? There's so much,
Right.
and they know how to switch and bait you. You know?
Switch and bait.
Yeah.
I think it's usually bait and switch, isn't it?
Yeah, but they fucking switch and bait you.
Oh my god, they switch and baited the
They
what you
switch
actually
it up
said.
so much. they do
Exact.
it
That's
backwards.
yeah.
They switch and baited us.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the master of baiting and switching. Okay. So my last kind of point or last kind of question I have for this topic is how high are your guys' expectations for Kingdom Hearts 3? Addison, why don't you go first? Do you think this game's going to be the best game you ever played? Do you think it's going to be somewhere the worst game you ever played, or somewhere in between? What do you think?
My expectation, and I don't know where you draw the fine line between hope and expectation, but I'm hoping and expecting that when it's all said and done and the credits are rolling, that this game will fall somewhere in my top 5 at least.
Okay.
Because
That's pretty high expectations.
There's a lot of great games that I've played throughout my life that have, I would say as a series, Kingdom Hearts. We've never done anything like this for any, given any this type of attention to anything else, and there could be many reasons for that, but there are some fantastic series and games that are out there, and to go into this and say, hands down, this is going to be the greatest game I've ever played. I don't want to set that expectation because it'd be hard to deliver,
Yeah, definitely that would be hard to deliver. I personally, I think I'm similar to you in that regard. I only recently got to play the side series games besides Chain of Memories, so Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance, and you hear different comments about those. Oh, they're not very good or whatever. But I enjoyed. I didn't play all of them, to be fair. I witnessed them with Jason, but I enjoyed my time with those for the most part. Chain of Memories makes me want to pull my hair out.
Yeah, that's just awful.
I liked it.
But I like the gameplay of it. I like playing
And the
it.
story's really good too.
I like the story. So I like
minus the
story
Disney aspect
for pretty much all of them.
I like the story except when they just retread the same Disney stuff we've already done.
Yeah, and I've heard different people say different things about being bummed about KH3 not having more of the throwbacks, but those have been like beat to death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've experienced those worlds in so many games. It's old now.
Well,
That's just like a thing in all entertainment, though.
Right.
It's like new album comes out for a band. They're like, it's not like their old stuff.
right, yeah.
But then if it's like their old stuff, then it's like, they just make the same music over and over. It's the same. It's always.
Yeah, you can't please everybody.
Right.
And when you think about to that point too, is like how many Disney movies they haven't touched because Kingdom Hearts was absent for so long.
Right.
And all these new Disney's kind of in a different age of animation now suddenly, where they're really coming on strong with that, with the Pixar stuff and Frozen and Moana and
all that stuff.
Zootopia and
Dear God, please not a Zootopia world.
I'll
kill myself.
Sidebar, I went to Disney when I went down to Florida to bring Tara home, and when I played Kingdom Hearts 3. And we went and watched the fireworks at the castle at Magic Kingdom one night.
Was there Mickey Mouse shaped fireworks?
Yes, obviously.
Oh my God, that's
but
sick.
they do this show. It's not just fireworks. Like they project. It's really cool onto the castle. You know, the giant castle.
Oh,
so they like
sick.
project different characters and there's different like music that plays from like different movies.
Kind of like.
And I can tell you the two most over things, if I'm using a pro wrestling term, two most over things,
Yeah.
like the things the crowd popped the most for, were Woody and Buzz coming out onto the castle, like projected on there,
Yeah.
and the frickin' Moana song.
Huh.
And I was just like, that's interesting, because it's interesting to hear, you know, how excited people are for things
Right.
that, you know, have been around a while or haven't. But everybody was singing along to the Moana song, which I didn't even know. I'd never seen Moana. I didn't even know it was a Moana song. I had heard it at work during like the toddler time, but I didn't know it was a Moana song. And I was like, okay, that's where that song's from. And then Woody and Buzz, man, people just love Toy Story. Toy
Yeah.
Story is
It's all generations, honestly.
and that's why, you know, still on this sidebar, that marketing they did with the Toy Story reveal back, Addison, when you and I were about to go to a baseball game and we were watching it. It was brilliant to bring Toy Story in that soon and that quick, because it's just like everybody loves Toy Story.
Right.
Toy Story is just
At this point, for people our age, it's like a classic. It's a part of our childhood.
right, but they spaced the movies out so well. Where like Toy Story 3, you know, that
Toy
was
Story 2 came out when I was young.
right, and Toy Story 3 came out when other people were young, and now Toy Story 4 is going to come out when other people, you know, so they really spaced it out for the maximum nostalgia of Toy Story.
Right.
And
And they get it right. Like it's the same. You know what I mean? Like
right.
It doesn't
They couldn't
lose that same character. You
Well,
know
they
what I
couldn't
mean?
have done Toy Story well in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh no, definitely
The
no.
capabilities weren't there.
It's perfect that they're doing it now. Anyway, we got really sidetracked. Jason, what are your expectations for Kingdom Hearts 3?
My only like expectation, I'm really hoping that I really like. If I don't like the combat system, it's gonna be fine for the first playthrough. Whatever, you know, I'm gonna like the game no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But if we get freaking trolled and there's not actually like some large amount of conclusion,
There's
I'm
that.
gonna be triggered.
I think Jason,
Like if it's just, I don't care if it's super like open ended, right? But if there's not certain like, I don't even know how to like quantify it, but like
for them to
if I
make
feel
the
like
claim
nothing
that
is
this
resolved.
if for them to make the claim that this is the end of the Xehanort Dark Seeker saga, and not provide some big, you know, punchline ending with
Yeah,
the way he goes out, that would be
a travesty.
exactly.
And what I'm worried about.
You
Now, I
guys.
understand there's going to be more KH games, and I
Right.
don't want it to be like, I don't want them to like pigeonhole themselves into having to do one specific type of thing, right? Like I want them to be able to do whatever. So I'm fine with like kind of like the open-endedness that we get in some of the KH games, right? I'm fine with that. I'm used to it. But if it's just like the game ends and I'm like, I feel like nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing's resolved. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm going to be mad.
Well, you know, I have some bad news for you, friend, because Daddy Nomura is going to find some way to twist this and make it crazy to the point where you're not getting that conclusion that you want.
No, I don't
That-
want it to be like
That's why when people have said, "Oh, it's the end of the Dark Seeker," and people are like, "Oh, you have to play all the other games first because this is the end of the story." That's why I'm calling bullshit on that, because there's gonna be no way that you get every answer you want. This is like Lost. There's gonna be things where you never get an answer on.
right.
You never will. It's just that's how it is.
Yeah.
And that's so it's not going to be tied up in a bow. You're going to get some answers, but there's going to be a whole ton of new questions.
There better be a moderate amount of conclusions, okay?
I don't think so, my friend. I mean,
There better be. If I'm like, okay, I'm going to want more. That's it. Like,
well, right.
and I want that, right?
right,
But I don't want to be like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
right.
yeah, I feel like that could happen where
Okay.
I'm just like,
So when Nomura says something
Sora
like,
dies in the very last cutscene,
Right.
and it just comes in, credits roll, like
okay,
nothing happens. I'm
let
gonna
me
be triggered.
let me paint a picture for you. Okay, when the game gets leaked, and then Nomura comes out and says, "Hey, stay safe from spoilers, but we want you to know that the epilogue
And the hidden.
and the secret movie are DLC. They're gonna download the day the
Day
game
one
comes
patch.
out." When he says, "Hey, there's a secret," dude,
Of course, there's a secret ending.
yeah, but there's gonna be.
It's like Marvel not putting a scene at the end of the credits.
Right, but it's gonna be like there's gonna be 3 like Keyblade wielders in armor that we don't know again, and they're gonna take that, and there's gonna play scary music with it, and then there's gonna be like some guy in the shadows walking towards, and then there's gonna be a guy with like 6 Keyblades floating around him fighting another guy.
No, I'm used to this.
I know, but I'm just
That's so
telling
funny
you.
'cause just remembering at the time with no like
No
idea
context.
what that was, like how fucking confusing that was. Like,
Right.
the fuck? How could this be? I mean, in the end, we found out that it's not a sequel; it was a prequel. But
Right. Dude, I still love both those secret movies to death.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
awesome.
They're still
And I
legendary.
kind of feel like the ones they did on the later games, while they provided more story and exposition on what was going on, they were letdowns because they weren't this like cool secretive.
They weren't like a
it
open
was like
thing.
Aqua
Like
talking to Ansem the Wise and like
Yeah.
revealing, "Oh, it's just so you know, this is who Sora and Riku are, and they're still up on the surface doing good stuff." You know, it's like I don't need to see that. I need to see the best looking like FMV I've ever seen.
Yeah.
With 2 dudes in hoods with Keyblades fighting in the rain and doing insane stuff that we couldn't even
Never
think
seen.
about doing in this game we just played.
right.
That's what I want. So I don't want
That's the
this
sauce.
conclusion. I don't want this conclusion that you're all. I want that shit because I want this to keep going, and I want dude. I still like the first secret movie is such a huge nostalgia trip to me that if I'm outside in the dark and it's raining and there's a neon sign, it's immediately what I think of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
that's
yeah.
insane.
Right.
Maybe I'm crazy. But
No, that's how it is
that's
for
how
me too.
cool that shit was to me, and that was before YouTube.
And I'm completely with that. Right? I want a sick like what the fuck type of secret movie, but I don't want the secret movie to have anything to do with anybody named Ansem, Zimnus, or Xehanort. I want it to be about like Master of Masters or Luzu or fucking Foretellers or something.
Oops, too many Xehanorts.
Oops, all Xehanorts.
But yeah, I mean that secret movie though, man, that was before YouTube when we would. So I would literally just beat that boss fight again if I wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over, fighting Ansem the ship,
Right.
Ansem the goddamn spaceship
Yeah.
with the fucking mouth on him and the little nipple things you had to beat up.
And then you had to watch the wherever you are, I'll find you. And
Right.
then you want to cry.
and I'd cry every time, and then
you're
I'd
like,
watch the credits, and
through
then
your
it'd be like.
tears.
And then Riku's running up the building or going down the building, and Roxas is running up, and then they look at each other, and she's like, "Ah!" And he's got 2 Keyblades. Why does he have 2 Keyblades? You know, that was just so cool, man.
Yeah.
And like, this is the first game to almost reach that kind of graphic fidelity too.
Right. It's like already at that point.
Right. And that like, God, that movie was just
Like
so
it's
cool.
FMV status the entire time.
Right. Oh. Anyway, we are so far off topic, but I'm excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. I know you guys are.
We clearly.
We're gonna take one more quick break, and then we're gonna have a short topic when we come back. So stick with us. We'll be right back.
Sweet.
So you have come this far, and still you understand nothing. Every light must fade, every heart return to darkness.
All right, everybody, we're back. Ansem Report podcast. Thank you for sticking with us. I'm here with Jason and Addison as we were before the break.
We're still here.
And we don't have a whole lot to talk about here after this break, but we're gonna chat a little bit about Kingdom Hearts Worlds.
Yeah.
And we're gonna chat about what our most anticipated world is for Kingdom Hearts 3. Now that we kind of know what all the Disney worlds are, I don't think they're keeping any secrets from us on this. They've kind of come out and said they're not keeping secrets from us on this. So Jason, why don't you throw this at us? What's going to be your favorite Kingdom Hearts 3 world?
I think you already know.
I do know, but I want you to say it.
It's
I want you to
Pirates
talk about
of the damn Caribbean. All right? That
Why?
shit is going to be so freaking sick. You got Port Royal. You got fucking ships. You're battling other ships on some Black Flag level type of shit. You're boarding enemy ships. There's the fucking Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be probably fucking fish people that you fight.
What?
Like in the movie, there's the fucking
I
fish
forgot
people.
there was
You're
fish
probably
people.
gonna
That
fight
movie's
fucking
stupid.
fish people. It's gonna be sick. Then there's the underwater fighting. You fight a fucking underwater fucking like heartless boss, and
Yeah.
it changes your magic. So you have sea blizzard and sea fire. I don't know how that works, but
Okay.
that's my most hype. Because even when you're just underwater and you see all of the fucking like vibrant colors, it looks so sick. And I'm even more like having watched like Aquaman and how they made it look so cool. And I just really love the ocean. I'm so hyped for Pirates.
I will admit, while I do not like where that movie series
I'm gonna fight
went,
a fucking shark probably.
Okay, all right. While I do not like where that movie series went, I do admit that world looks pretty freaking cool.
Yeah.
It looks pretty freaking cool. Addison, do you have an answer on what your most anticipated world is?
Yeah, I mean, I do sort of kind of like I struggle with this because I feel like I could give you like multiple reasons for every world, like why
Right.
I'm really stoked to try it out. But if I were to try and think of something like what
Narrow
world
it down.
has like something unique that I'm really curious about, it's got to be San Francisco.
You son of a bitch. Now I have to change my answer.
Wait. What's for San Francisco?
Big Hero 6.
Maybe
Okay.
the reason's not the same. Mine is just because I want to see the scope of the world. Like,
Yep.
you know, I how are they going to contain, like, you know, and I've got an idea. It's just going to be, you know, they're gonna you know, block off a certain amount of space, and then you know, the rest will be just rendered in the background. But it's still like on all of the trailers, it just looks so
It looks
expansive. Yeah, it looks insane.
huge.
So I mean,
And it looks like is there like a night and day cycle on that map?
It seems that way,
It seems like there is.
yeah,
which that's insane too. I agree with you, man. I'm gonna say a different answer in a second here because I want there to be more to talk about. But from the moment they showed that concept art of Sora riding Baymax against a dark Baymax, dude, I was in. That and then to see that come to life finally, and they finally revealed it to us, and with the gameplay edition of Sora being able just to run up certain walls, and it just seems like it's going to be so cool and such a cool like traversal through that world.
oh for sure. And as far as like the new Disney Pixar properties go, that's probably my favorite movie.
Oh, dude, that movie's so
I
good.
mean, I can't really claim to be a huge fan of like Frozen or Tangled. I'm still excited to see what those Kingdom Hearts worlds have in store for us. But as far as a movie goes, you know, Big Hero 6 is a legit solid, you know,
Absolutely.
anime movie.
Absolutely, it's great. Have you seen Big Hero 6, Jason?
I've seen like clips of it to where I think I've seen all of it.
Oh, okay.
Like in different
Yeah.
like
I
different
had
days, different sessions of watching it.
I had this idea when I was at Disney when I was watching that castle fireworks thing I talked about earlier, where I was like, we should watch every Kingdom Hearts 3 movie and then review it leading up to Kingdom Hearts. And then I thought about how much work that would be, and I went, no, we shouldn't do
one
that.
thing I wanted to say is, okay, you're on top of a fucking skyscraper. Picture this: you're on top of a skyscraper, and you fucking jump off, and then you just fucking glide anywhere. Okay, other side of the map. All right, I see it. I jump off the fucking skyscraper and I glide all the way there. Like remembering like how good it felt to fucking glide in like Kingdom Hearts 2. And then you got that type of shit in a giant area. That was one of the my favorite things to do. Just fucking around, like jumping off something and then just like flying off of it.
Yeah.
Like even in just like Pride Lands.
Right.
Just jumping off of the freaking Pride Rock.
Yep.
And just floating into what you're like, oh, I can make it over there. I know I can. And then you hit the wall and then you go down. But
Right.
just things like that I think are so fucking cool.
Yeah. So my world I'm gonna pick is actually Toy Story.
Ooh.
I almost went with Monsters Inc. here, but I'm going to say Toy Story. And just because I think that's going to be such a cool, vibrant world.
I think Monsters Inc. is a sleeper.
Monsters Inc. is a sleeper because I feel like they haven't shown us much.
Right.
But my worry for that one is it's literally just going to be the factory. Because that's all they've really shown us is the factory and outside the factory. You know?
I'm not even mad if it's just like the factory and outside, because they can make the fucking factory fucking so big.
Right.
Well, and another factor that kind of goes into this, like if maybe you didn't think about it initially, is the organization member that's associated with each of these worlds, right? So that's going to be sick in Monsters Inc. because it's going to be Vanitas.
Yeah, I do love
Right.
Vanitas. Vanitas is probably...
When there's the doors too.
Yeah, and yeah, maybe there's some surprise they're keeping from us where they're going a bunch of other places in those doors.
Right, you
I
go
didn't
see
think
the
about that.
abominable snowman.
Right, yeah, that would be cool.
Or you go into the swamp and then get your ass beat by some
By
redneck
Shrek?
lady.
Shrek's in the swamp.
Yeah.
No, Vanitas is probably my favorite villain that's in this game. I just think he's cool, and I think Haley Joel Osment really enjoys being like a nasty version of Sora. You know, like a mean.
Yeah, he does a really good
dickhead.
job of it.
And you could tell he really like when he's Sora, he's like, hey, this pays the bucks, this is cool. But when he's Vanitas, he's like, yeah, I'm fucking into this shit. You know what I mean? Like you can tell he's
It's like, you little shit.
right. He's like into it. And I just think it's so cool. But you're right, yeah, and we didn't really talk about that with the different worlds, but you know, San Francisco has we thought it was Data Riku, but it might just be Repliku. We don't really know which Riku it is.
Well, and then
Yeah.
there's the clip with young Xehanort, which it looks like it's that place, but at night, and it's the cutscene from the last trailer where he's saying there won't be there's no saving you or whatever.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
was there too.
I have
You're
a
right.
feeling we're going to see him
In
throughout.
multiple spots.
Yeah.
Well, and I get the vibe with him that he's more orchestrated in this than anybody could imagine.
Yeah. I feel like it's like old Xehanort and then him right below.
Right. Well, and I feel like, they hinted at this in the opening movie with the purple light he looks at. Whatever's controlling him is controlling him, not Master Xehanort. If that makes sense.
Because it's still him.
Right. I don't know. Anyway, and then your world that you brought up,
Pirates.
has Luxord, who is probably the most boring organization member.
Until he bodies Mickey in the final battle.
Right,
Exactly.
dude. Well, we were watching Dean, Sora Alam 1, and he did an analysis of that trailer. And he actually pulled up from one of the commercials. It shows Sora surrounded by cards, and Mickey kind of jumps in front of him.
And protects him.
And then it seems like the very next scene is him getting sucked into that other card.
Okay.
And so I thought that was pretty interesting.
There's
So
there's a couple different things about the Japanese ones.
right, yeah, it was a Japanese commercial that it was in. So I think and this is completely not what we're talking about, but I think it's setting it up for this situation where, and we've talked about this before, but all of Sora's friends are going to get taken down protecting him. You know? Because it shows Donald eating that laser, and it shows, Mickey jumping in to save him, and then it shows, Riku holding back the wave of Heartless. And so who knows, man? I'm so excited to see what that comes of that. They've piqued my interest.
Yeah.
In general with this game.
It's going to be insane.
Yeah. And we're only a couple weeks out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that wraps up our podcast for today. Unless you guys got anything else to add.
No, man. It's just every time we talk about it, Jones and even more. So
Right. I know.
Next few
One thing I
weeks
keep
can't fly
forgetting
by
about
any
is the
sooner.
gummy ships.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about gummy ships at all and how cool that's going to be. It looks cool.
Yeah, it sounds like it's very open. One of the directors for the game was asked what his favorite part of the game was, and he mentioned the gummy ships and just how open it's like it sounds like, I don't know how that's going to come into play, with traveling in between worlds, but he made it sound like one of the lines, and it could have been a translation or whatever, but or a bad translation, but he he made it sound like it's an open-ended world, like you can travel anywhere you want.
Really?
Yeah.
This is what I'm imagining. KH2 map. The camera zooms in on your gummy ship, and you kind of get like a little bit of like a third-person action. All these asteroids and Heartless and ships and stuff load in. It like just imagine the whole space is just filled up in because you've zoomed in, the amount of space between the worlds seems so much bigger. And to get to these places, there's going to be Heartless that you have to either run from or blow up and kill. And I'm assuming that there might be like some like big Heartless ship or monster or something that you have to kill or blow up to have access to that world. It's like similarly to
A couple stages in 2 had that.
yeah, in like Kingdom Hearts 2 or yeah, like just stuff like that. I think that would be so crazy, so cool.
We'll see, man. It seems like there's a lot to this game. Cuz I feel like they haven't shown us the only world I'm really worried about how much they've shown us is Toy Story. But even then, like, there are areas they've kind of only, like, when you're fighting that giant rocket ship, like, where is that? That's not in the toy store. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's probably more to this that we just don't know about, and we won't find out for a couple weeks here. But how many days are we out here? We're
As of
20 days as of recording. So when you guys hear this, it will be less even. But yeah, we're very excited. Thank you guys for joining me on this podcast today.
Oh, of course.
I've had a wonderful time talking to you guys about this. We're going to be back next week. Next week, we don't really have a docket for what we're talking about, but I think next week Jason's going to finally explain to us what the fuck Union Cross's storyline is.
I will try.
He's gonna do a little more research, and he's gonna be ready to talk to us about that next week. And if you want us to talk about something specific on Kingdom Hearts or on our Ansem Report podcast, not on Kingdom Hearts, then you guys can hit us up on Twitter. We're at SpikeGhetti Bros on Twitter. You can
drop us a line. Let us know.
Yeah, right. You can leave a comment on this video on YouTube if you're listening on YouTube, or I don't think we're gonna by the first podcast. I don't think we're gonna have to set it up on anything else other than YouTube, but eventually it will be. And just let us know what you guys want to hear, what you want us to talk about, or whatever you want to tell us. Just let us know. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and may your heart be your guiding key.
Wow, you didn't let Addison say it.
I'm sorry, Addison. Do you want to say it?
No, I mean,
Please say it.
You did it brilliantly.
Oh, see, he's such a good guy. Masters, classy as they come.
It wasn't the
Lift
same.
it up.
Thank you. See you later, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
This is not the conclusion I asked for.
I'm sorry. It's a little more open-ended than you wanted.